Welock reached out to me and asked me if I would be interested in doing a review on one of their smart locks. So of course the first thing I did is check to see if the lockpicking lawyer already reviewed one of their locks, and I couldn't find anything, so that's always a good sign, and I said yes. Full transparency, Welock did provide me this lock for free. They do not pay me for this review, nor do they have any saying in what I post on my YouTube channel. But they also didn't ask me about it, so in my opinion that's a good sign and they are confident about their product. So with that said, let's continue and open the box to see what's inside. So let's have a look at the box. Some nice presentation on it, but what I like the most is that it's shrink wrapped and you can clearly see that it's not opened. There's a tab you need to tear off to open the box. And I think if you buy a smart lock, it's always good to know that you are the first one to open it and nobody else tampered with the lock. There are some labels on the box. This one is the Touch EBL 41 model. This one should fit on my door. Based on the thickness of your door you can choose different models, but also each model is adjustable. So this one you can adjust between 50 millimeters and 100 millimeters by adjusting the knob on the lock. Yeah, that makes it pretty versatile. Also, if you want to have, let's say, a fingerprint sensor or a keypad, or you want to open it using RFID tags or your smartphone even, you can all do this with the smart locks from Welock. So let's open the box and have a look what's inside. Let me put my knife in between it and tear off this foil. Now you can peel off the tab. And there's a mark on it. I cannot see what it is. Let me turn it around. Okay, so it gives you a warning that you have to take care that it's not damaged in any way, just like I mentioned. So that's it's very good that they tell you. If it's opened already or whatever, yeah, don't use it. So that's good. So first we have the manual. It comes in different languages: English, Spanish, Italian, French and German. Then we have the lock and also some accessories. Let me take out the accessories first. You will have some RFID tags, 3 in total, so that's nice, they are included. A little screwdriver, an Allen key, a little pin, probably to reset it or something. I will see this later. And some screws and some little green knobs. We will see later where this is for. I will put it back so I will not lose it and put it aside. Next we've got the lock, and let me check if there's anything underneath. No, it seems to be empty. So this is the lock. This is the fingerprint sensor, so with all the electronics, and this is the knob you can open the door with. So let me show you the lock a little bit closer. On the cylinder you see this ID. This ID is also printed on the outside of the box it came in, and you need to have this ID to be able to connect this lock to the software. I know what you're thinking, so I can just scan it on the box. No, of course not. You also need to set the fingerprint, so it's secure. This one is a stainless steel knob, and as you can see it's always engaged with the lock. So as this is on the inside of your house, you can always lock it and open it from the inside. This knob is adjustable. I will show you later how to do this. And on the other side there's the electronic and the fingerprint sensor. And as you can see, it's not engaged with the lock. If you press the button and you put your finger, now it's engaged and you can open the door. After a few seconds it will disengage. You will hear a click. Now you can see it's no longer engaged. Let me show you again. Now it's locked, and after a few seconds it will be disengaged. now it spins freely. And I must say the fingerprint reader really works very well. As you can see, I press it, I put my finger on, and now it's immediately recognized. So within I think 0.3 of a second, it will recognize your finger. So that's a very good sign. I like it. On this side also a stainless steel cover with a set screw, so you can take it off. And on this side there's an emergency port. So if the batteries die on you, you can always put a power bank on and power it from there. So that's nice to know that you're not locked out of your home. So another nice feature of this lock is that it can also use RFID tags. There are 3 included in the kit. Just press it, put your tag on, and as you can see, the lock opens. If you wait a few more seconds, it will disengage. Now it spins freely. Let me show you again. Press the button, hold your tag, and it opens the door. So I've shown you how easy it is to open this lock using the fingerprint sensor and also the RFID tags which are included in the kit. But there's even more options. You can also use your smartphone. Again, press the button, hold your phone on the lock, on the reader, and it opens the lock. Let me wait until it spins freely again, so I can show you again. Now it's no longer opening the door. Press the button, tap your phone, and it's unlocked. So that's a very convenient way to open your door, hold your key. Of course you need to have a compatible smartphone, but if you do, it works like a charm. Now let me show you how easy it is to adjust the width of your lock. There's a set screw over here and there's an included Allen wrench. You just put it in, unscrew the set screw. Don't need to take it out completely. And here you can see there are indentations with thicknesses. So you can set it on the indentation you would like. The only thing I noticed, and I think that could be improved a little bit, is you can see the lock. It's a little bit bigger than this shaft. So there might be a little bit more tighter tolerances. But it's on the inside of the door, so it's not a security risk or anything. I just noticed it. Now you can, let's say my door is this thick, you can just tighten it again. And now you have set the length of your lock. You changed it to the correct size. So let me show you how you can replace or insert the batteries or adjust the length of the lock on this side, on the outside. For this you will need this screwdriver, which is included in the kit, and this Allen key. First you have to take out this little set screw. You can use the Allen key. It's the same Allen key as we used on the other side. Just take it out completely. Now you can remove the stainless steel cover. And if you open this lid, there's a silicone cover. You will see a screw. Hold this with your hand and then remove the screw using the screwdriver, which is included. Now you can open the lid. As you can see, there are 3 AAA batteries. You have to take notice of the correct position. So it says plus, minus, plus. So with a dot, without, and with a dot. Now you can close it again. Put in the screw. Use the screwdriver to tighten it. Don't over tighten it. You will feel some resistance when it's closed properly. Now you can close this rubber seal. And if you want to change the length of the lock on this side, there's a little hole here. So this one is a silicone rubber for the set screw, for the cover. And this one is to adjust the length or the width of the lock. Again, insert the provided Allen key and then unscrew it. And now you can see you can adjust the lock to the correct length for your door. Once you have done this, just tighten it again. So now it's fixed. Then put on the cover, take the set screw and use the Allen key to put in the set screw. Like this. Now the cover is fixed again and you will be able to use the lock. So when you receive this lock straight out of the box, there's no security set in place yet. So all your fingerprints will work, all the RFID tags will work, or your smartphone, it will just work and open the lock. The first thing you need to do is set the admin account. And once this is set, from within the admin account, you can set users, user rights, add devices and such. So that's important. The software will also guide you through this process. So let's do that in the next step. So the first thing you need to do is go to the Play Store and download the app for the Smartlock. It's this one, and then install it. Now open the app and either agree or disagree with the user agreement and privacy policy. Then press register to register a new account. Choose your country and region and enter your phone number. Take the verification code that you received and enter it in this section. Now choose a strong password and press register. Next, log in using your phone number and password. You have to allow the Welock app to be able to send you messages. Now press on the plus sign to go into the next menu where you can add a device. Choose Add Lock and scan the QR code which is on the side of the fingerprint sensor. Enter the device ID, which you can find either on the cylinder itself or on the outside of the box the Smartlock came in. Now check the I am administrator checkbox and press Tab Bind Lock. You need to allow the app to use nearby device permissions. Now it's searching for the device, and as you can see, it's successfully connected to the device. It will now tell you to add an administrator first in the lock, so let's do that now. For this we will need to press and hold this button when the unit is turned off. It will tell you in the screen, it will tell you press and hold for 5 seconds, and then you will get into the config menu, and from there you can set the admin fingerprint. I will set 2, so if something happens with me, let's say another person or another finger can also access this menu. So here we go, press and hold for 5 seconds. Now it will tell me add admin fingerprint. I will put my thumb. He says move finger, so I will move my finger to a different position. And now it says fingerprint admin 1 is set. Now I will do the other side as well. Move finger. Now it says also admin 2 is set. For now that's okay, so I will leave it as is. So I will not do anything, and he says no fingerprint press, and he will turn off. The way you can check if the admin password is set, press and hold and go into the menu again, and it should ask you for authorization. So it says please authorize. So now I can get into the menu again, and I will not do anything because it's already set. Once you have set up the admin fingerprint, it will tell you to press the management fingerprint on the lock to confirm, and it says modified successfully and bound successfully. So your lock is now bound to the software. Now you can start adding an RFID tag. So now that we have set the admin fingerprint, this lock will no longer accept any unprogrammed RFID tags, fingerprints or smartphones. Let me show you. It even has a safety feature. When you just try several times with an unauthorized card, he will lock out the lock for a certain amount of time. Let me show you. When I press this one, and I will use the same tag as I used before, it says unknown card. Also, the smartphone I used before, unknown card. And if I use a finger, which is not programmed, finger not recognized. Now let me show you what happens if I keep trying with an unauthorized card. And now it says fail exceeded. So it will lock out the reader. You cannot do anything. It's of course in a lock position, but you will need to wait, I think, a minute or 5 before you can try again. So that's a nice safety feature. So let me show you how easy it is to add cards. Now that we have set the admin fingerprint, you go into the software, the app on your smartphone, you press add card. You can select the date and time if you wish, but I will say anytime, so it's always working. Press the OK button and it will ask me to scan the tag, which I did. It's connecting. And you can see the card is now added to user 1. So if I now use the card, it will open the lock, as you can see. So the way you can open this lock using your smartphone or maybe share a key with somebody else, the person always needs to have the app installed on the phone. So you need to register this. That's mandatory. Now there's an option, once it's connected, you can press this button. He will search for the device, connect, and he will open the lock. So now the lock is opened using your smartphone. You can also see it's green, and now it's locked again, it's turning blue. So let me show you, there are many other options in the config menu, but these can also be set via the app on the smartphone, which is a lot more convenient, but I will show you anyway. Press and hold to go into the config menu. You have to authorize using your thumb. Now you can see add admin, add user, delete fingerprint, clear all users, add card, delete card, clear all cards, add remote controller, clear remote controller, switch language, the time, you can turn off Bluetooth for extra safety, turn off sound, reset, PCB version, and exit. So let's have a closer look at the app. It's available for both Android and iOS. And if you go into the menu, you will see these options. Let's go to the first option, Authorization Management. And there are 2 options in this menu, App and General User. If I choose App and then press the plus sign, you will be able to enter a phone number. So you can grant access to somebody via the phone. The other person needs to have the Welock app installed and registered. And then you can choose between visitor or administrator. You can select the start date and time and the end date and time, or you choose one of the presets, 15 minutes, 1 hour, 1 day, 1 year, 3 years, and 5 years. You can even set the count. So if, let's say, somebody is watering your plants during your holiday and it needs to enter your house 3 times, you can set the maximum allowed of openings. If you go to General User and press the plus sign, you can enter a name and then add password, fingerprint, RFID tag, or Bluetooth device. You can add a RFID card here, start and end date again, or you can say anytime, so it does not expire. If you press OK, he will ask you to scan the QR code on the RFID tag to add it. You can also delete. You can select the card, scan it, and then remove it from the axis. Delete fingerprints, again, select the fingerprint and remove it. Lock pin, it says you don't need to change it, so I will leave it as is. To unlock history, it's nice to see, you can exactly see who accessed the lock and if it was a fingerprint, RFID card or a smartphone. You can sync the lock with your smartphone. So you know it's getting all the information back to the app. You can also sync the date and time, so it's always accurate. You can do a factory reset, it will give you a warning, and if you say okay, reset, it will all be reset to factory defaults. And you have a Q&A, so if you've got any questions, you can go onto the website of Welock and they will help you out there. And also in this menu I showed before, you can unlock the lock by pressing this one. It will connect and then it will go green and it's opened. Battery status you can see, and if you have a Wi-Fi box you can also use this one, but I don't have this. So let's have a look at the other menu in the left top corner. You can choose between Alexa or Google Assistant, so you can automate it. You can add a device to the Welock app. You can check which device is already connected. I've got only one lock, which is this one. You can change the lock settings. So in here you can see the lock ID, the model code. You can change the name of the lock if you wish. You can transfer authority. So my phone number is currently admin and linked to this lock. This you can transfer via this option. You can check for upgrades. If you got any firmware updates, it will tell me there's a new version, so I can update it via here. Let me see what more. There's a help option, audit permissions. I didn't put any permissions in, so you can see who's got permissions. You have settings, you can change the language, change the theme to bright or dark. Privacy policy, it's always good to have a look what Welock will do with your data. User agreement and update. Let me see what it does. Oh, it says I already got the latest version, so there's no update available anymore. So let's mount the Smartlock. First thing you need to do is take out the old cylinder. That's pretty easy. You only need to take out one screw, like this. Remove the screw so you can remove the cylinder. Now you need to put the key in the correct position so you can take out the cylinder. So the old cylinder is out. Next up is mounting the Smartlock. So the next thing you need to do is loosen the set screw and take off the knob completely. You can only take off this side. This one you can adjust, but you cannot take it off because it's linked to the locking mechanism. Make sure this is aligned. Turn your cylinder around and you can put it into your door. Press it all the way in until you can feel that you can manually twist the other side so it's correctly positioned to put in the screw. Then put in the screw and lock it in place. Now it's put in place and locked. Next thing is adjusting this one so you can align it and put it close to the protective cover of your door, and then put the other side on the knob and also secure it in place. So let me show you how to adjust this side. You have to take out the little screw, the set screw, remove the stainless cover, and then put your Allen key in this hole, loosen the screw, then press it against your security plates of your door. So there's a minimal gap, but you can still turn it around smoothly. Then lock it in place. Put back the stainless steel cover and insert the set screw to secure it in place. And lock it. Like this. So now this side is set and we are ready for the other side. So let me show you the other side. Set screw is taken out a little bit. You have indentations here where you can lock the screw. So I will take the last one. You can feel that it's going into the hole and you can lock it, and now the knob is secured to your door. So now let me show you how it operates. Now it spins freely. So if I would lock the door, I cannot do so. So if I spin it, I can unlock the door. As you can see, it's not being locked. Now I lock it, press this one, put my finger in and lock it. Now it's locked in place. If I wait, now it clicks, so it spins freely and the door is locked. To unlock it, put in your finger and you can unlock it. So same goes for the RFID tags. Lock it in place, press the button, lock using the handle. Now it's locked. Wait until it disengages. So now it spins freely and the door is locked. To open, press the button, unlock it, and your door is open. So my final thoughts on this smart lock. First, let's start with the software. I think the software package, the application is great. The installation went smoothly, registering of the lock, no issues there. It feels snappy and responsive. Additional RFID tags, if you want to add them, or fingerprints, it all works fine. Also, I like the additional options that you have, like setting up a phone for somebody else, or an audit trail, like you can see exactly who enters your door. So that's very nice. If I take a look at the lock itself and then focus on the build quality, and let me show you over here, I feel there's some room for improvement. If you take a look at the knob, I think in my opinion there could be some more tighter tolerances and it would feel like a little bit more premium product, but that's my opinion. Also, if I take a look at the other side and remove this cover, you will see the backup port, USB port, it's not straight, it's skewed a little bit. Maybe it's just the one I've got, but I feel that there's a little bit of room for improvement there. The weather sealing, I didn't test it yet. I will see it over time, but I can see some gaps over here. As said, I didn't test it. This device has an IP rating and it's of course fully tested in the factory. So I assume that everything will be fine and I will find out in a couple of months probably. I like the fact that they have tooling included, also additional spare parts like screws, little rubbers, a reset tool. So if you can, if you open this, there's a reset pin. I really like the option of the external battery. I know some other brands, which are more expensive by the way as well. If the battery drains, you have to purchase a separate tool to connect it and then you can open it. I really like the option to having an external battery that you can just connect and then you can enter your home again. So kudos to Welock for this. So it's also nice that they have included several RFID tags. Although during testing I noticed that it seems that I can only register RFID tags from Welock. I understand this of course because you can purchase them separately. But I would really like to be able to connect my smartphone using NFC, so I can just tap the lock and it opens. I can of course still use the app, but then you have to open the app first, connect to the phone, press the button, so it will take a little bit more time. When no admin fingerprint was set and this lock accepted all the RFID tags, I could use it. So it's possible, yeah, technically, but once I've set up the admin fingerprint, I could only use these tags. Maybe it's me, maybe I missed something, so I will discuss this with Welock to see if I'm right, or maybe you can still do this. But yeah, it's not an issue. As said, you can use the RFID tag, you can use your fingerprint or your smartphone, so you have plenty of options. Overall, I can recommend this lock. Of course, I need to see how it holds up over time. I cannot say anything about this yet. Also the seal, the weather seal, I will see in a couple of months if it still works as intended. But for now, I give it a thumbs up and I will see you hopefully in the next video. Bye!